Well, studio tuning for $21, I had to check them out. These are Tangzu Vanner Studio Edition. And after the huge success of Tangzu Vanner, this is exactly what we needed in the budget segment. So, how does it fare? Will it be able to compete? Let's find out. Before starting, this month's giveaway will be a DAC. I will be giving away a FIO K11 DAC to whoever wins. To enter, just subscribe and comment, and I will announce the winner on the last day of the month. One disclaimer, when I say last day, I consider last day around the globe. So for you, it might be first as well. Since all my giveaways are worldwide, that's why I announced the winners on the first. Now back to the review, let's start with build quality and design. Well, the build of Tangzu Vanner Studio Edition is similar to that of previous Vanner SG in terms of material used and build quality. These are plastic build IEMs again with unique design, however still in similar Tangzu line of products. I like the design, though the controversial part is not the design or the shell, it's the cable. It is the similar quality of cable as that of old Vanner cable. However, it is not an easy-going cable. The cable is of same below average quality that we see generally in this budget segment. However, it has memory hooks and they are bad. When I got them out of the box, they were folded outwards. I folded them inwards, and number 2 took me a day to give them shape of my ear. Still did not work. Well, the trick is put them in your ear, press them in your ear shape, and it will work for some of you. And for others, unfortunate like me, blow dry them with hairdresser, it will work. However, if you have another 2-pin cable lying around, do yourself a favor and use a different cable. Comfort per se, again, it is exactly like previous Vanner. It is light, it is comfortable, and with correct ear tip size, the noise isolation is very good. So you will have no issues regarding comfort. You can wear them all day, you will not even feel it. Technical specification per se as well, it's exactly like previous Vanner. These are equipped with single dynamic driver that is super easy to drive. You can drive them via mobile jack as well, it works fine. However, how does it sound? Let's find out. Well, Tangzu said before the launch that it is going to be a studio tuning. Well, they done it well. Studio Edition is tuned like Tangzu Vanner SG with slightly less bass and slightly better done treble. Overall, a very solid IEM for a budget of $21. Let's break it down in detail, starting with the bass. The bass on Vanner Studio Edition is tight and controlled. It's a sweet bass to listen to with a very good thump to it. And even with lesser volume in the bass, it keeps that tight and feel alive. It's a very engaging bass. There's a slight sub-bass roll-off, because of which it lacks a bit in separation and favors the mid-bass a bit more, and bass like kick drums are more prominent. The attack and decay is very good, however the decay is slightly prolonged. This IEM can help a bit by more speed, slightly more speed. However, it's a very sweet decay and it sustains the rumble. I was listening to Acid Rain by Lorne and I felt the bass was taking milliseconds more to fade away than it should. If I talk about mids, well, the magic continues. It kept all the characteristics of our beloved Vanner SG, and with slightly lesser bass, it improved upon it. Vanner SG was a vocal forward IEM, and this feels a little bit linear in that comparison, still keeping the vocal forward. With very good layering and separation in the mids and excellent timbre, vocals and instruments sound amazing on these IEM. A solid mids performance. One thing, if you listen to a lot of male vocals, I found them to be slightly less bodied in comparison to previous Vanner. However, now it sounds more correct. And Vanner Studio Edition is preferable here as well, though I pointed this out because it can be preference if you like warm and rich vocals and you listen to a lot of male vocals. Vanner SG is still a better IEM. I was listening to So Far Away by Dire Straits and the performance it delivered on that front is pure gold. The overall timbre, guitar, drums, tambourine, everything was so amazing on these IEMs. pure bliss to listen to. And the treble sounds neutral as well. It carries a bit more shine in comparison to Warner, however, sounds sparkly and never sibilant or sharp. It is not a fatiguing treble. The extension is very good on the treble as well, and it carries a fair bit of micro details as well. In fact, it is one of the most detailed IEM in the budget segment, which comes to the part of technicalities on these IEM, and I am impressed. Soundstage is the most fun part of this IEM. It has fair bit of width and has sense of height and depth as well. Imaging is accurate as well, however in some busy tracks, it falters in separation of lower frequencies, specifically mid-bass and sub-bass. Resolution again on this IEM is excellent for a $21 IEM, and I'm pleased to say it is impressive. It carries some cool micro details as well with it, very nice for a $21 IEM. It did not falter on any of my tests and worked above average for a budget IEM. Good job, Tangzu. And in comparison to its peers as well, it fares really well. Let's compare it with the best of budget segment IEMs we have: 7Hertz Zero, Tangzu Vanner SG, Toothier Gate, and Moondrop Chute 2. Well, these are the four horsemen of budget segment. And if I talk about build quality, Chute 2 is the best. It is the only one with metal build here, everything else feels cheap in comparison. However, if you go past it, Chute 2, Warner Standard and Toothier Gate all fall in V-shaped category of sound and are more bassier set of IEM with extra sparkle in the treble. And I feel the comparison is not fair with Studio Edition because of the studio tuning that it boasts. Just so that we are clear, if you want exciting sound with more bass, get Toothier Gate or Moondrop Chute 2, they are better IEMs. Studio Edition is a better IEM if you cherish neutral tuning. The best competitor of Studio Edition is 7Hertz Zero. Both of these IEMs are tuned in almost similar line. If we talk about bass, Warner has better mid-bass while 7Hertz Zero has better sub-bass. In listening experience, I feel Warner's bass is slightly more tasteful. In mids as well, both are excellent IEMs. Both of these portray excellent timbre, natural sounding mids. In treble, Zero is slightly brighter in comparison and can be too much for some users, which is a feedback we have already received from users as well in the past. Though Warner's treble is equally shiny without being harsh or sibilant anywhere. Warner SE point and treble. In terms of technicalities, I feel both of them are identical. Full of details, having a wide soundstage and dynamics. Overall, if you want something as an all-rounder, Toothier Gate is still the best choice. However, for a neutral and good sounding IEM, Warner SE and Zero are good and better IEMs, though Warner SE is the new king of the budget segment. Well, in conclusion, Tangzu has given us a Marvel IEM for $21. This will be a benchmark starting now. I would give this IEM a solid 4 stars. And it gets my absolute recommendation for a budget IEM. Boldly go for it. May the Warner be with you. Now for someone who already has standard Warner, previous Warner, Warner SG, whatever you want to call it, please do not buy this. Refrain from FOMO. I have shared the EQ on Discord. Use that with your wavelet or your PEQ and it will sound like your Studio Edition. So please do not waste money if you already have Warner SG. If you do not have Warner SG, Warner SE is a killer IEM. Well, this was it for Tangzu Vanner Studio Edition, the new king for budget segment. Do not forget to enter the giveaway and I'll see you on the next one.